Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her. And I love my cup mug a little bit more than giving you the tea. No, not kidding. I really love giving out the tea. But you can get your cup mug at lanateascreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug. Period. Yay.
Well, I am David Healy, the Survivor superfan of the channel, and I am here to remind you because I don't know how many more reminders we're going to get of this, but too much separation of your balls will end in tears. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
Do not forget that because very important statement. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mhm.
We are here. We are back. We are talking Survivor Australia versus the world, and I can tell y'all it has been a interesting, interesting journey we had going on in this episode, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to talk about it. So, we're gonna do just that. But before we do, I just need y'all to do me a solid, do me a favor. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Number one, number two, subscribe to this channel. We are on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year, and we would truly would appreciate if you would join us and help us out on that mission. A lot of fun things unlock once we get to 1,000 subscribers. So we really hope that you would help us out. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. So subscribe to this channel, but also if you go into our description below and click on our link tree, we have 3 other channels that we would love for your help to subscribe to because we are on that same mission across the entire network to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So if you're into drag or drag race at the Cup Pod is the place for you. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, at the Cup ESC is the place for you. And if you're a fan of WWE Wrestling, at the Cup Ringside is the place for you. We truly appreciate you if you would support us on all of our endeavors. Also, our audio podcast links are down there as well. So if you want to click those links, check us out to be with us wherever you are. We want to take us where you go. We want to go everywhere with you, all the places. We just want to be there with you, not in the stalker kind of way, but we just want to be there with
In
you
the clingy kind of
in a
way.
very clingy kind of way because we're begging you, please. But yes, subscribe, help us go to our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. It is open right now. We got a lot of fun things going on and plans that we have happening. If you exclusive content that will never come out on the channel, and you get early access to things that will come out on the channel later. And all of our socials are down there as well at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Come engage with us. We truly appreciate it. Follow us, do all the things. We truly appreciate all the engagement. Now, David, this episode, breaking the fourth wall, y'all. I literally just watched it right before coming onto the podcast, and my brain is still swirling. Like I didn't have time to process it. I didn't have time to think about it. This is going to be just my gut, my raw reaction to what I literally just witnessed. And it is wild. Wild and I don't know if I've ever seen a tribal like this before. We've
Right?
seen some crazy ones. We've seen some live ones. We've seen some really good ones. I have not seen a tribal like this in my life. And I watched a lot of Survivor. This is crazy. Am I tripping, David? Am I
You're
tripping?
not. You're not. And for real, I thought it was going to be crazier because I was not expecting the twist. And I was like, oh, we're going to tribal council and we got like 50 minutes left to the
Yeah.
episode. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Or 40 minutes left? I'm like, this is crazy. But it was still like an all timer.
It, I I'm flabbergasted. I was just
Hmm.
stunned. I mean, we've had every episode since the beginning has been really good because these are great players and they're all playing very hard and very well. So even the way we started off the tribal, Kirby is gone. Like, gag at that still that they got Kirby out the way they got Kirby out.
Yeah.
Gag City.
Neither of us were here to talk about that episode,
No.
correct? Yeah. Poor Kirby. But let's go Sari and Janine for pulling off that move. I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like these two, I'm like, I know what they can bring, but they're
Mm-hmm.
playing it kind of cool for the first 5 episodes. They pumped it into overdrive in episode 6, and poor
Mm-hmm.
Kirby was the victim.
It was, I was like, this is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been asking, well, I know I've been asking, I need to see more Janine. I
Right.
want to, because I didn't get to watch Janine's season, but she is here for a reason. I want to know the reason.
She's a godmother for for a
She's
reason.
godmother for a reason. And baby, she showed why she is. The last 3 episodes for me has
Mhm.
been showing why Janine is called the godmother, because she is stealthy, but she makes moves happen. And people listen to her for she is like Sari. Her and Sari are one and the same. Like, for whatever reason, you know how good they are, but you listen to them anyway.
Mhm.
And you just like, makes sense. And then she's making these moves that are so stealthy and so slick. And it don't look like her move until it's her move. And it's
Right.
so fast. And you be like, oh. You sometimes gotta sit back and be like, did she just did she did. She
Mhm.
really did. I loved it, and I've loved watching it. So I'm like, okay, Janine, you getting me? You getting me? I'm watching. I'm a
Mhm.
fan. I like how you play. I like how you move. Even when she's at the bottom, is she really at the bottom? It's like she's just waiting. She's just
Yeah.
waiting.
She really knows how to maneuver out of being in the bottom, because
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and spoil this much from her first season. She started out on the bottom from her tribe.
Mm,
There were a few people that started out at the bottom, and they were able to band together. David was able to get somebody to flip, and then
mm,
they ran their tribe afterwards. So
mm-hmm,
I think she plays best from the bottom.
mm.
And I hope the jury is seeing it, because I think she's playing maybe the second best game out of anybody so far. And I think she could be a real threat to win in the end.
I mean, sometimes the loudest players are not the best players. And I like a stealthy player who could just move. And when people think they coming, her, she move again, and they don't even realize. I just like a person who could stick and move when they need to, and they play a very stealthy game that nobody sees them coming until it's way too late. And
Mhm.
she's been doing that these last 3 episodes, and in this last episode where she got rid of Kirby and her and Sari, literally, like, those two together are dangerous.
Mhm.
Those two together are dangerous, and I and we go talk about it in this episode. I love that that's what Janine's head was. She was like, I need to get with Sari. I need to get Sari on our side. And if we get Sari, we'll probably get Parvati and we'll get them on our side. And that way, us with them, they gonna have to get rid of somebody though. I'm gonna be honest. Sari and Parvati are not gonna come over there with a disadvantage. So they gonna have to get rid of Shawnee. I'm sorry. If you want to
Mhm.
stick with Luke, they gonna have to get rid of Shawnee at some point. But man, I was like, that's a genius idea. Because honestly, that's who I would want to work with. Because if you beat them, you beat the best. And if you beat the best, can't nobody say you ain't the best.
Exactly.
So I think, I love the way she thinks. I love the way she thinks. And starting off this episode, that's what she was talking about. She was like, gotta get Serene. I think with that vote that we did on Kirby, probably solidify some trust. And maybe we could solidify this whole thing. And I was like, yes, that's what I want.
Mhm.
Make it happen. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we start off the episode with some interesting dynamics because Parvati, she's feeling a little bit guilty for getting rid of Kirby. She thinks it might have been too soon for her game, and I think this is kind of the first time that she did something that she really didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, Cerie's like, "I just got 2 votes.
Right.
I
Right.
need to figure out what's going on with that." Cerie's not used to getting so many votes in a season, and she's
Right.
been getting a lot. So I think the vulnerability that both of those two were feeling, it was a perfect time for Janine. We saw her talking to Luke, and he's like, "You have to let Cerie know that you voted for her, but it was the world pushing that vote on her. You have to let
Right.
her know." Um, and so Luke listens and he goes right to Cerie and he's like, "Yeah, sorry, I voted for you." She's like, I
Mhm.
knew," because Cerie always knows.
Yes.
Um, and he's like, "Yeah, those other three, they were like, yeah, we got to take out Cerie." And that's exactly what Cerie needed to hear, I think.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, it's like I think the world tribe still being so divided is interesting, kind of stupid at this point when you have the numbers. And I think a lot of them are feeling themselves like, hey, if we want to make moves, we got to do what we got to do, and we got to get rid of some of these bigger players. And they did, like, did Luke lie? That's the question. Did Luke lie? No, because they did come to him and want to put up Suri or say Suri. They
Hmm.
said Suri and then chose not to do Suri to make them look crazy. Like, see who coming for you, Suri? And I'm like, he didn't really lie. They literally did do that, but then they changed their minds at the end, or what? Or maybe that was part of the plan. It, whatever was going on in their brains, he didn't lie, and that's what Sari caught up on. That's what Sari picked up on because she was
Hmm.
like, "Huh? Do I believe him? Mm, not, but it was a not fully kind of believe. Like she
Right.
believed, but not really fully believed. So she's like, I mean, I forgive. Yeah, we can. I will accept your apology. I won't forget.
Because he's attached to Janine.
Absolutely, because, and that is the only reason she's doing. She's like, because he's attached to Janine, and me and Janine just built this thing that I want to for real work with. So I'm gonna forgive. Or I won't forget.
Hmm.
And then we'll speak on the Luke and Cerise situation that happens later because it's just like she listens to what she listens to, y'all. She
Yep.
feels what she feels and she knows what she knows.
It's interesting because on paper you'd be like, wait, why is Sari like so willing to jump in with Janine
Hmm.
when you have Lisa, who's such a big fan and wants to work with her? But
Hmm.
then I was thinking about it and I'm like, Sari loves to work with people who also demonstrate they have agency in the game.
Hmm.
And I don't think Lisa has shown that at all this game. Like, I love
No.
Lisa. I think she's a great person. I haven't seen her season. I'm sure she played a great game, but she has been such a backseat player.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the kind of people Sari ever plays with.
No. I agree. I don't think so. I think she's like some, like I said, agency and who has the same kind of like grit and determination and drive like she does.
Hmm.
And she knows Janine ain't gonna be out here winning challenges and being comp beast just like she ain't. And she's like, and if they get rid of her, they gonna be looking at me. She knows the trajectory of what people might start thinking about when they start, who they want to get rid of. So it's like, well, if we band together, we can cause some damage because for whatever reason, people will believe us. People trust us. We have people who is willing to ride for us, like willing to do things for us. We don't even have to do it. We don't have to get idols. We don't have to win comps, but people are willing to use
Hmm.
things for us. She got Luke. I'm sure if Luke needed or decided to use this idol that he has for Janine, he would do it.
Oh, yeah.
And Sari has Parvati, who we know is willing to use an idol for Sari if necessary. Nope, Lisa don't have that. Lisa does not have that. And it's like, as much as you're a fan, great. I love that. Love that. Love I can keep you in for a number for as much as I can, but
She
I'm
can
not
still
set
be a
up.
fan on the
Yeah,
jury.
on the jury. And I need that. I
Yep.
actually need more fans on the jury than I need in this game.
Mhm.
So,
What's funny though is as trust between the world tribe is starting to diminish between part of the crew, we're seeing it's
hmm
actually growing with Cass. Cass is
yeah.
like, okay, I think after that vote, I feel
hmm
much more secure with Sari and Parvati. They voted how they said they were going to vote. They proved themselves, so I'm feeling good about them.
Which is crazy. But I mean, but that was what all that would have been true if Serene never got wind of what was being said to Luke.
Mhm.
I I just feel like if Serene didn't know that they tried to push for them and that is the reason they voted for her, she probably would have been in the same boat. Like, yeah, let's build this trust with Cass and Tommy and Lisa, and we can continue this. It just you just trusted the wrong well, or you not trusted the wrong people, but you gave the wrong people information,
Right.
and they know things now. So
Hmm.
interesting.
Uh, yeah, but
Go ahead.
Cass tells us she has a scroll, which I completely forgot about that. But she got a scroll for winning the last immunity challenge. So she's like, okay, this is the time to open it. So she opens it and reads it to everybody. And it announces that she's won a spot on an afternoon spa and she can pick three people to join her. So my first thought was, ooh, you definitely want to pick Parvati and Zuri. Like, pick those two, and then it doesn't really matter about the third for me. And sure enough, she picks Parvati, Sari, and Tome,
Go ahead.
leaving leaving Lisa as the lone world person to be back at camp. But somebody's not happy, and it's
No,
not Lisa. It's
no,
not
you would think
Lisa.
it'd be Lisa, but no, no, no. It's Shawnee. Shawnee's pissed. She's like, hold on. Now, why wouldn't she take me? I'm
Yeah.
like,
She's like, I think that was a mistake. And I'm like, really?
really, you do? I was like, Shawnee, girl, why would she take you? You the op.
Yeah.
She don't want you to get refreshed and replenished and eaten and chilling. Stay dirty. Stay hungry. You're the op. Like, girl.
I think that was Shawnee's like hungry brain talking.
It had to be. It could not have been a logical survivor player because I would have been, if it was me, if I was Shawnee, I'd be like, she's definitely not picking me because
Mhm.
logically, why would she? I mean, unless she been sitting up there, someone's, oh, we're girls, girls, and we're going to go do girly things. She did. She took two girls to do the girly things.
Yep.
And she said,
And Tommy.
and Tommy, because he stinks. And she wanted him to shower. She was like, you smell bad. Shower, please.
Right.
Thank you. But I'm like, Shawnee, girl, she ain't gonna pick you. Why would she
No.
pick you? Y'all ain't been besties.
I think it was her bitterness that led to the next moment where she's
Mhm.
like, I wonder about that box. Luke, we should just smash it open.
Which, okay, yo, okay, David. Tell me if I'm crazy, but I would be so like they smashed the box,
Mhm.
and that's the last thing we hear about the box.
Right. I wanted to hear about them coming back and saying, "Hey,
Who
why
smashed
is
the
this
box?
box smashed? What happened?"
Right, like what did y'all find? And they'd be like, we found nothing. I don't believe you. The box is empty. Oh, y'all got something. Like I would have turned it on them.
Yes.
And like I was like, what do you mean nobody mentions the box being smashed?
Yeah.
Nobody. Now, production, if somebody did and y'all just didn't put it in there, hello.
I mean,
What?
we already had a jam-packed episode,
It
so
was
they're probably
jam
like,
packed, but like, come on. That was a significant moment. They smashed a box that's supposed to contain some type of something. And nobody talks about seeing a box because it literally was smashed, like it was broken.
Mhm.
So I would have been like, what happened to the box? So what did y'all find in the box there? Because we could never find the key. So what did y'all find? And just playing it so,
Mhm. I'd be
but
like, "Yeah, we found Gwyneth Paltrow's head. It was really weird." If you get it, you get it.
if you get it, you get it. I obviously don't get it, but
I'm not surprised based on movies you don't like to watch.
Yeah, see, there we go. Um, but yeah, so but nobody mentioned about it. But they do go on the spa trip,
Hmm.
and they're there and they're
Champagning
enjoying
it up.
champagning it up. We got another Australian survivor's confessional with a champagne glass. Woo! We get the champagne going, we get the food, the showers, and everything. They're resting on hammocks. Then they start talking about who do we think we should go for. Um, and the four of them come to conclusion of possibly doing either Shawnee or Luke. Because the first was Shawnee or Luke. First was Luke. They're
Hmm.
like, it should be Luke. Should be Luke. They're
And
like, but
Sari
so it's
ships.
like, what about Shawnee? Though, because I think Shawnee will be safe. Because Serena wants to work with Luke, because Luke works with Janine, and Serena's trying to keep her people in hedged around her. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Period. Um, so she goes back and forth, and they're like, I think it should be Shawnee, maybe Luke. After the competition, after the immunity challenge, we'll figure it out once we know, because we don't really know who is going to win immunity. So once we figure it out, that's what we would talk about.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Also, we had Cass telling Sari, "Oh yeah, they were really pushing hard for you to be
yes.
the vote, Sari." And Sari's like, "That's funny because they told me it was you pushing for me to
Hmm.
be the vote." So I like that you just threw it out there.
Hmm. And it was funny because I see. Here's the thing. I think Cass is like got like in that moment she got really comfortable. Like she said, she was perfectly fine with the five working together, and
Mhm.
she felt comfortable enough. Like, hey, this is what's going on. And I'm like, is that really what happened, Cass? But sure, you need to cover all tracks and all bases. And I just think she just got comfortable and was like, hey, Sari, this is what's going on. This is what happened. And Sari's like, well, nope, this is what they told me. She's like, well, obviously they're lying because we would never, we would never do that to you. She's like,
Mhm.
and Sari's like, okay, well, it is what it is. Let's keep it moving.
Right. Um, we also see here Parvati and Sari get a chance to talk alone on the spa. And first of all, we heard Parvati's actually feeling better about Cass after being picked
Hmm.
by her. But Parvati decides to tell Sari that she has an idol, which I'm like, you hadn't told her that already?
Really, I thought she would have already told her.
Yeah. And she also tells her about the idol stealer. So
Hmm.
uh, they talk about. They talk about how they can use that, maybe make it to the end together, and then they laugh and they're like, "Oh, Tony would be so mad."
I died. I was like, Tony would be mad to see the both of them at the finale together after they booted him and tooted him up out of
Right?
there.
The
But
evil laugh they did.
the evil laugh. I mean, head back, they was cackling. Tommy and Cass looking like, what they laughing at? What they laughing at? I'm like, mm-hmm. Because if I hear a laugh like that, I'm like, somebody's conspiring against me, aren't you? But no, they were. I thought that was funny. Then they all started looking for any advantage that might be at the spa, so they just started looking, and everybody was. I was like, "It's nothing there,
No,
unfortunately." They just
no.
look, but you can never be too careful. So I love that they even look.
Yeah, I'm starting to think we're not going to get that the type of reward where they like all take turns going in to have something and
Hmm.
there's like an idol hidden. I'm like,
Hmm.
like that's always one of my favorite things in Australian Survivor. So I've been looking forward to it, but I don't think it's going to come.
It's also the grossest thing for me because especially if it's food. Like last season with the spaghetti, like ugh. I wouldn't have eaten anything, but I just would have put my hand in everything to find it. But I wouldn't have eaten anything, like especially if I was like close to the end.
You wouldn't have
Absolutely
taken all
not.
the meatballs.
I definitely wouldn't have taken all the meatball
I forgot
because
who did that. Who took all the meatballs? You didn't
oh,
leave
what is
anything. Was it
AJ or
AJ? Yeah, I think it was
probably
AJ.
AJ or Miles? Probably AJ though. I could
Miles
see
was
AJ.
last, I think, or like one of the last few people.
One of the last few. So I want to say it was. I
Mhm.
think Miles got the last meatball, and then the girl who wanted the meatballs couldn't get them
Right.
because there were not enough. But yeah, I think AJ ate like five meatballs, and I was
Mhm.
like, "You're rude. You are
Right.
so rude." Ugh. But yeah, I wouldn't have eaten anything but like I'll take this piece of bread that's hanging up here, just eat that. But
It's
I really
making me
hope they would
hungry
do
now.
something. I know, right? I'm gonna have to eat after this. But yeah, something I don't know. But I hope they still do it. It's still enough people where they can still
Yeah,
do it. I hope they
got,
still do it. Because that was
got two
fun
more
too.
episodes before the finale, so see.
Maybe. We'll see.
But then we go to a challenge. I'm like, okay, reward challenge.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
we're doing an immunity challenge
Yep.
early in the episode.
Right out the gate. We wasn't even 15 minutes in.
I know. I was like, what? What is? We're gonna have a lot of talking back at camp, I guess.
What is happening here? But yeah, it was not. But it was an interesting challenge to say the least.
Hmm. A tiring challenge, like
Very,
all that running back and forth.
I would have been so tired. But you have to fill up a bucket, pour it into another bucket to balance out a table. But the catch is the bucket to balance out the table has holes in it. So the water will continue to go out as you're pouring it in. And then when the water balances itself to the table, you have to do a stack of, like a house of cards type of deal. Stacking blocks, stacking, stacking. And but you have to make sure you keep your water level so it doesn't tip back over and the stack falls. There was no way I would have been able to do this challenge. I'd have been like, "Whoo, tired, baby. I can't." It's back and forth, and making sure the water is in there, and then stacking them. Oh no, and you got to cross a balance beam too. Got to cross the balance beam and not fall off the balance beam. It just, man, it was a lot. It
Yeah,
was a lot.
they took a challenge that's already kind of difficult, like doing the stacking and making it go up to however high it needs to go. And they're like, let's make it significantly harder. I was like kind
Mhm.
of shocked they made it this like so many different dynamics to it.
Yeah, me
But
too.
it was interesting.
It was interesting. It was interesting to see first folks get used to the balance beam and figure out how not to fall off the balance beam. We saw several people fall off. Sari took a spill. We just saw a lot of people not grasping,
Hmm.
sorry, the balance aspect of it. But then that started to get a little bit more natural. And you know who wasn't struggling?
Totally.
Tommy. For whatever reason, this man was not struggling on this balance beam. He was not struggling with the house of cards. He had a good system going on with the water. He just had a good thing going.
Hmm. I did think it was funny right before they started the challenge when they were talking about the reward and Cass was talking about how Tommy stinks and he needed to come on the reward. And then JLP was like, oh, yeah, you do stink, Tommy. And I'm like, he called him Tommy too. But then I noticed the rest of the challenge, he was calling him Tommy.
Right. But yeah, it was Tommy just kind of ate this one up. There was,
Mhm.
I think the closest person who was closest to him was Janine at one point. Was it Janine or was it Luke?
Yeah,
No, it was Janine. Yeah, it
it
was
was
Janine.
Janine, but then she eventually lost her stack.
Like her
It was
stack
Janine.
fell.
Yeah, it was like Tommy in the lead, followed by Janine, and then Parvati.
Yeah.
But then eventually Janine, her stack just came tumbling.
Just tumbled down and it just gone with and like I said, Tommy he just had a good system going and Tommy wins
Mhm.
immunity, like for sure. Like it was no question about it. After a while, it was like, okay, Luke couldn't get his balance, he couldn't get his stack to stay up, and
Ree
nobody
was
can.
exhausted.
Yeah, so was exhausted. Nobody, her and Lisa were like, man. And Janine, but once Janine's failed, she was kind of just like, all right. It was,
That's how I would feel. I would
me
just be so
too.
frustrated. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
I'm so sick of this. Like, if I had a good thing going and only for it to fall, baby, nah, I'm quit. I'm good on it.
Hmm.
But Tommy wins immunity. Good for Tommy. He feels very comfortable and very yeah, very good. He's like, I'm good, I'm safe, I'm not going home. So let's make some moves. And I was just like, what you trying to do, Tommy? What moves you trying to make, Tommy?
Yeah,
Tommy was like, we need to make some big moves in this game, and I'm ready to do it.
I mean, fair.
Fair.
I think he does. He does at this point. point. So,
He does. His resume needs moves.
mhm.
His resume needs moves at this point. So I get it. I understand it. But I'm like, what kind of moves you trying to make, Tommy? I want to know what you're trying to do.
And this is a point I'm like, we got 50 minutes left.
50.
I was like, what? Are they just going to be scrambling around a camp the whole time?
I'm like, is this something big happening at the scramble that they give us so much
Yeah.
time on it? But
Because
then the scramble,
we knew there was gonna be exciting tribal
yeah,
council based on the preview,
yeah.
but I was like, how exciting can it be? Well, I guess we'll find out.
But I'm like, the scramble could be something. Is it 50 minutes warranted scramble? Or is it like we're gonna do 20 minutes of this and then we're gonna have a very long tribal council?
Mhm.
Like, what is happening? Because once the scramble starts, it's really not that exciting at first. Because at first it's just like, okay, the world tribe goes off and they start talking.
Shawnee.
Shawnee's it. Shawnee's it. Done. Shawnee. Great. Great. What do we do? Wait, hold on. What do we do when they ask? We don't know yet. Just say we don't know and we'll keep it pushing.
Hmm. And
Sounds good.
they have no problem, just the five of them getting together and talking within
Yeah.
viewing distance of the
Yeah.
other three.
I mean, because why would they? It's five of us. And there's three of them. We go make the decision. They gotta watch, figure it out. But I'm like, y'all, okay, y'all got the numbers. Let's keep it doing. If you do what you're supposed to do, great. And they break off and they like, okay, so the Australian tribe is now like, so what we doing? What y'all doing? We don't know. We haven't figured it out. We don't know. We don't know. We ain't figured it out. We don't know. So they like they paying them dust. They're not giving them nothing. Janine is irritated. Janine is
Yeah,
like,
I would be too if I was her. I'd be like, this is terrifying. Like, did I just throw away my game for these people? Like, that I
right,
like swapped for?
right. It's like, am I not involved? And like, my only critique about Sari in this episode, and maybe we just didn't see it, I really wanted her to go to Janine and be like, hey, it ain't you.
Mhm.
I said what I said. I meant what I said with you. Me and you, we good. It ain't you. And at least that, like the least something of a reassurance to let Janine know Sari is still interested in working with me. But maybe she might have did it and they ain't put it in there. That's fine, whatever. But
Mhm.
then this is where things get a little interesting because Tommy decides, you know what? I want to work with the three internationals. That's
Yeah.
what I want to work with. I want
This
to
is.
do it.
Mhm.
I want to work with y'all. But we need to figure out how we need to get rid of some of these bigger players.
Yep. This kind of comes after he talks to Luke, and Luke is like, "Hey, I will do whatever."
Yeah.
So I think that's what got him thinking, like, "Oh,
Hmm.
maybe it can pull off something big."
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like we said, he needs that. His resume is screaming for that. His resume is screaming for that. So he's like, oh, well, we can get Luke to do what we want. And if it's the three of us and we get Luke and the Aussies to do what, go against somebody, we can pull it off. So he goes, gets Cass and Lisa, and is like, I think it's the time we cut Sari. And I was like,
Parvati,
oh,
actually.
no, yeah, Parvati. What did I say, Sari? That's
Yep.
Parvati. Parvati. And I was like, oh, he's swinging for the fences. He's going for it.
I think he's right. I think this
And
is
he
the
is
time.
right. 100% he's right. Everything he said in this episode was right.
Mhm.
But did people agree with you? Like he was like, I think we should go for Parvati. And that's just that just seems like the right thing to do at this point. And Cass was down. Cass was like, yeah, obviously. And so Lisa is kind of like a little hesitant, but she's like, okay, I love it.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, she's not showing agency. If you're not okay with making that move,
Say
say
that.
something.
Say that. Be like, nah, I don't think this is the time to do it because we just got the five and we might be united. We might want to stay united and just and then still at the end, if we get rid of all the Aussies, at the end it's still us versus them. it's still the three of us versus the two of them. So
Mhm.
like she should like yes, she should show her like, her agency and just say something, but she's like, yeah, I love it, that's fine. This is where I was like confused. Well, I was hmm, okay. I wasn't confused of why she did it, but I was confused at what she said afterwards. Like her going to Luke and Shawnee and was like, "Hey, we're gonna vote Parvati. Leave it at that." When they say, "Yeah, we good with that," leave it at that. But then you turn around like, "But I'm not going to do it. I will let y'all do it. I'm not going to do it." I wouldn't have said that at all.
Mhm.
Even if that's your plan, be like, yes, we are all voting poverty. That's what we go do. And let's lock that in. We get a big player up out of here. That's fine. But to go and be like, but y'all can do it. I'm not gonna do it because I made I'm not gonna do it.
Why
I
is
was
she the
like,
one doing this? Why is she the one having this conversation?
right, it should have been Tommy
Yeah, or even Cass. I don't
or
know.
Cass.
And why are we having it where other people can can see? Like this is the second time that somebody's having a strategy conversation within viewing distance.
Knowing that people get paranoid.
And Parvati's watching and is paranoid.
And she's like, rightfully so.
And what does
But
Parvati say she thinks they're talking about?
her. She's
Yep.
like, I think they think they're blindsided because then Lisa doesn't make it any better because she comes back and she sits in front of Poverty. Don't look at her. Lisa Poverty asks her a question. She's like, it's not. I'm like, I would have been like, oh yeah, they're coming for me.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they're coming for me because if you can't talk to me after you've had a conversation with somebody, you're definitely coming for me.
Yeah. This makes me really want to go see Lisa's winning game because right now I'm like, how? How?
What? Who was? I don't know. I I was so baffled. And I have a problem with people always coming up with a plan, and then when they come up with the plan, switch up on the person they came up with the plan with. Like I'm gonna act as normal as possible around that same person, so they don't even think that I'm like, girl, I was. They were asking me who we should vote for, and I told them we hadn't figured it out yet. That's literally all I told them. We hadn't figured it out.
Mhm.
Make her feel comfortable. Don't make people a paranoid person feel even more paranoid by be like, we didn't. I don't want to talk about nothing. Hello?
Right.
I don't. And maybe it's me not being on Survivor, and I don't know the emotions behind it that comes with it. But I'm not switching up how I'm acting towards you, if even if I plan on voting for you, because I don't want you to pull out anything crazy, an idol or advantage or something. Things people of poverty status could possibly have. It's crazy to me. It's wild to me. But she was just like, I don't know. We didn't really talk about anything. We just. And so now poverty is like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Red flag, red flag, red
Red
flag.
flag. It's just throwing at him, just throwing the red flags at her at this point. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna pull that over on a player like Poverty who's played this game so many times. You're not going to pull that over on her. And then they start getting ready to go to tribal, and I'm like,
We got
how
40
much
minutes
time we
left.
got left on this? I'm like, this episode is not nearly done. What
Yeah.
is going to happen in this tribal?
I literally started thinking, oh, maybe the runtime is messed up on the video I'm watching. And then I also thought, oh, maybe it's 2 episodes in in like one file, and we're gonna see them go back to camp and then have another immunity challenge. I was like, is that what's gonna happen? Because there's just way too much time left.
So much time. And we get to tribal, and the jury comes in. Everything is fine. JLP starts talking, and instantly conversation started
Yep.
happening via like whispers and whispers. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh God. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a live one. Okay, cool. That's it. I was like, we're gonna have a live one. A lot of people are gonna be talking. We see Janine talking to Luke, and then
Yep.
Shawnee peeps down and they're talking to each other. And so then everybody's like, wait.
Janine's already saying to Luke, we can turn it on Lisa.
Like,
Already after they.
it's just right, like instantly, because they don't trust what Lisa said. Because Luke and Shawnee was like,
Plus,
absolutely not. What do you mean we can vote for Parvati, but you're not going to?
plus Janine wants to work with Parvati. She wants to work with Parvati and Cerise,
And
so I get why.
Cherie, right? She's like, this is crazy. So
Mhm.
now the trust or anything is whatever Lisa was trying to do is completely backfiring right now with the
Mhm.
Aussie tribe. And then the conversations are happening over there. So now the world tribe is like,
Right.
are we still good?
Mid question, that Parvati's answering. She's answering a question, and then she's like, I'm going to stop answering this question. Cass, can we come talk over here? And
Like,
Janine's like, oh, in that case, Luke, let's come talk
let's
over
go
here.
talk over here. Like, all these conversations start happening. Lisa and Tommy and Saria sitting there like, what the heck? So Saria's like,
Mhm.
well, I'm finna go find out what's going on. So she goes over, and then everybody goes. Now we're split, and everybody's just talking.
Yep.
And oh,
Parvati was like, Cass, are you voting for me? And Cass is like, no. Are you voting for Suri? No. And I'm like, Cass, you're a really bad liar. Like, so a lot of people are like, oh, you can tell when somebody's lying. I don't think it's always that easy. With Cass, it was so easy. It was so apparent when she lied there.
right, and Parvati caught on like that, and so she's like, okay, no. So then they go sit back down. More conversation because they were like, no, we're voting for
Let
Shawnee.
me
We're
take
voting for
this
Shawnee.
out.
Right. So Parvati's like, JLP, I feel like some shenanigans are about to go on. I feel like some things are about to go down, and I need to make sure I'm okay. So therefore, here's my item. I'm gonna put this on right now. And if
Hmm.
I got to use it for me or Sari, I will do so. And I
I
was like,
I just love this duo. Can,
dude,
can I be so honest with you?
yes.
I am a Parvati fan, and
Okay.
her first season, I thought she was okay. Her
Mm-hmm.
second season, I'm like, she's good. She shouldn't have won. Her third
Mm-hmm.
season, I'm like, she's good. Maybe she could have won, but Sandra's queen.
Okay.
So I have always liked her, but she's
Mm-hmm.
never been like
The
my
favorite
like
favorites.
she's never been in my top echelon.
Uh-huh.
She's in the top echelon after this season. She's absolutely up there. She's proving absolutely why she's one of the best survivors ever. She is a queen. Honestly, she's a queen just as much as Sari and Sandra, my two faves. She's up
Mm-hmm.
there. She's just as good as them.
She's she's showing why she's so good at this game in this season.
Hmm.
And I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial. I fear with the caliber and the shortness of this game, I fear she might be playing a little bit better than some of our favorites
I Yep.
because it's a very short season. She doesn't have a whole lot of time to sit back and let moves happen. She has to make them happen and she has to do it quickly.
Hmm.
And she's going against a group of people who have either won this game, been very close to winning this game, or has made such a mark on this game that they have been invited to something like this. So she only won once, yes, but
Hmm.
the way she is playing in this season, she deserves to be in the top echelon of anybody's
Oh yeah.
favorite Survivor players for gameplay because she is playing the heck out of this game in this season.
She's
Like she is doing such a good job, and the
she
way
said
she,
it before the season too. She said, and I was skeptical, but she says, I think this might be my best work yet.
oh, I think so. I agree with
I
her.
see it. I
I
see
see
it.
it. I see it all. She's killing the game right now. Like she's doing, and the way she sat there with her immunity idol on, and sometimes that sort of showboating does not do it for me. Sometimes I'm like, ugh. But when you do it in the right way at the
Mhm.
right time, and I know this was the right call for you, I'm like, I
Yeah.
respect it. I respect it. I don't like when people do it and there's no reason to do it because like
If
You
she was
weren't
a
even going
man, some
home.
people would be hating on her for that.
Oh, please, please, David. I'm surprised they ain't hating on her now because she's a woman doing it. Because
Oh, I'm sure there are.
they might be some people hating on her, but I don't care. I think she is eating it up. She's eating the girls and the boys up in this game right now. She is playing the best game thus far this season for me.
Mhm.
Um, but
Yep.
she
When
did
I
it.
said earlier in the episode, when I said I think Janine might be playing second best game, that was behind Parvati.
Oh,
Which, as a
absolutely.
Sari fan, can I believe that I'm putting Sari third?
I will put Celie and Janine second.
Yep. It's
I
close.
think I think they're both playing such good. All three of them are just playing top tier games right now, and playing top tier games against people who they maybe shouldn't be playing top tier games against. But they are running circles around some of these people,
Mhm.
and I live. But um, to see Parvati do that and to know that she's willing to play this for her or Sari, I was like, yes, period. Um, But the fact
Yeah.
that she needed to do that because the vote was literally trying to go on her
Mhm.
made sense to me.
And Cass is like seeing this go down, and she's like, "Are we still doing the same plan?" Parvati's like, "No way, no way, we're not. Everybody's been weird today, especially Lisa." And Lisa's
Hmm.
like, "What? I've been the least weird of anybody." Which, I mean, Lisa surely does believe that because she knows she doesn't want to vote out Parvati.
Right. In a strange Lisa way, she was trying to be the one to
Yep,
protect, to not be involved in that. She didn't want Sari to think she was a part of the plan. But the fact that you made, like I said, you should have been the one having the conversation. We
exactly.
said that earlier. She should have let Tommy or Kaz have that conversation with Shawnee and and Luke and just not did it. Like, just don't let the vote be. Tell them what it is. Like, we're voting for them, and they be like, "Yeah, all of us are in it," and they just don't do it.
Yep.
So
Luke.
when when they get mad at everybody in Sari, like Sari, I didn't do it because I was not going against y'all. I did not want to do that. But to say y'all go ahead and do it, but I'm not gonna do it. It's
Right.
just like, ooh, that doesn't work often. It worked for me once in a game. That only worked for me once in a game. Y'all vote and I won't do it. And everybody was like, it's okay because we understand why. And I was shocked it worked. I just knew it was coming back on me. But it didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. Lisa wasn't so lucky. You can't do that in a game full of people who are gamers. Like all of these people are all stars for a reason. So, mm,
Mhm. Yeah. Luke pounces on this opportunity too. He is
as
like,
you should.
nope, Lisa is sketch. Lisa's going for Parvati.
I mean, I would have too if I was Luke. Like, heck
Hmm.
yeah, try to get us back over here on the top.
Yeah.
Like you said, but no, you got to remember what you said because you said y'all vote for Parvati. I'm not gonna stop the train from rolling over her. I'm just not gonna conduct the train. I'm not gonna be on that train. But y'all go ahead and do it. And Parvati
Hmm.
was like, that's a little bit worse. Because now you want to come back to camp with your hands clean, knowing the plan that I'm gone, and mm, I don't like it. She ain't like it. And so Luke was like, Lisa's sketch. And then
Hmm.
everybody was like, what do we do? So now more
Yep.
conversations start happening.
Three is like, let me go talk to these Aussies over here. So they all huddle up and they're like, okay, we are 100% on Lisa.
Yep, it's Lisa now.
Meanwhile, we see Cass and Parvati off talking, and Cass is like, Parvati, Lisa is voting for Shawnee. Like, we're good. We're good on Shawnee. Like, uh, so then we see Sari and Parvati talking, and that's when Sari tells Parvati that they're voting for Lisa, and Cass comes and tries to interrupt that and see what's going on. Chaos, the best kind
Yeah.
of chaos.
It is. They go sit back down. Then Luke goes and wants to talk to Sari and Poverty, and then they go talk, and then all the Aussies go talk,
Yep.
and so then it's just Cass. Lisa and Tommy sitting right there, and they're like, oh, "What is going on?" So they all in the circle, and they're like, "Okay, it got to be Lisa at this point, right?" And then
Mhm.
Parvati goes, "I kind of think we might need to get Cass. I think it should be Cass because Cass is dangerous. Cass, we might want." And so everybody's like, "Cass, okay." Okay. Well, then they
Mhm.
settle on Cass. So I'm like, it's gonna
Yep.
be Cass, but Cass has an idol, and if she thinks or suspects it's her, the idol goes on her, and then they still decide what they could do. But mm, so okay, oh, so I'm all like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but they settled on Cass at this point. Lisa, Cass tells Lisa, you got to go talk to Parvati and explain to Parvati what, like,
Mhm.
smooth it over with Parvati.
Yep. Because this
So,
was right after Luke said exactly word for word what
yeah,
Lisa said. Like she said she wasn't going to vote for you, but she wanted us to.
yeah. So now Parvati's like a little annoyed by that, which I get, I
Yep.
understand. And so now Lisa has to go and clear things up with Parvati. And so she does. And she tells Parvati everything. She tells Parvati exactly what happened. Like, hey, it was not me. Tommy came up to me and told me that the plan is going to be you. I didn't want to do that. And so I wasn't going to vote for you. But that's what they told me the plan was. This was Tommy's idea, period. So now Parvati's like, so it was a blind side, and I was right in my feelings, and the person who it was Tommy. Okay. All right. But we all know Tommy is sitting there with an immunity necklace. So he like, I don't care what y'all come up with. I'm fine. And so she comes back and
Yeah.
she's like, so it was a blind side, JLP, and it was
Right.
Tommy who
Well,
did it.
exactly. It was so funny because Lisa tells everything. Parvati comes back and sits down, and Cass is like, "You got to believe her." She's like, "Oh, I do.
Oh, I
I
do.
do." She's like, "What'd she tell you?" The blindside
The
story.
blind side. And Cass is like, oh, yeah, she knows. She knows. And she's like, I believe her. And so she's like, mm-hmm. So they like, so what are we doing? She was like, is this Shawnee? It's like, hmm. So she's like, so Parvati just puts it out there like, I heard it was a blind side, Tommy's idea. And Tommy's like, yeah, it was. I'm like, ooh, you put on a necklace, baby. You are comfortable, huh? He like, yeah, it was. But you was trying to get me out before. So she was like, okay, that's fine. That's whatever. Duly noted.
Hmm.
I'm ready to vote.
Yep.
Uh, I'm ready to vote.
I gotta
Like,
love a good. I'm ready to vote.
I love that. I'm ready to vote. Like, there's
My
nothing else
favorite
to
is
say.
Dreams in Fiji. I'm ready to vote, Jeff.
Right. After you hear so much noise in your ear, it's kind of like, at this point, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to vote. Just lead me to what I need to do. I'm ready to vote. But
Mhm. So still, we have like a lot of time left in the
yeah,
episode. So I'm like, what is about to happen? My guess was like, oh, idols are about to get played.
we're gonna
Votes
have
are going to be
revotes.
completely nullified. We're going to have to do revotes. We're going to have to draw rocks because I'm like, there's way too much time left in this episode for this to be a straightforward vote.
Mhm. So they go vote. They go vote. They all go and get their vote on, and they come back, and JLP goes and collects the votes, and is like, if anybody has an idol or an advantage, now would be the time to do so. And Cass is like, look, as an insurance policy, I think, and Parvati says, wait. And I was like, can she do this? Is it? Oh, can we do this right now?
I'm just going to say it. She cannot.
I
She
didn't think.
cannot do it right now because the note said she has to play it before anybody goes to vote.
That's what
So
I was like.
this might be her best move yet this
This was
season.
the best move. Oh my God. Oh my God. She was like, I have this scroll here that she reads half of
Hmm.
the letter and was like, I can take it's called the still of an idol or whatever. And Cass is like, girl, you're not gonna steal my idol, girl. What? And she was like, I mean, are you finna play it for you? She's like, I'm not gonna play it for you. I'm not gonna play it against you. I'm not. She's gonna play it. She said, what you gonna do? And she was like, who you gonna play? She was like, I'm gonna play it for Lisa because I know they voted for Lisa. She's like, okay, I think I'll save it then. I
I
think
can't
I'll.
believe
I
I
was
can't
like,
believe this worked.
I was blown. I was like, what? She's like, I'll save it. And I'm like, because right in this moment watching it, I was like, can she do that? Because the whole thing is you have to do it without knowledge, right? But, or, like before they,
You do it publicly, but you
right.
do it
But you
as he
can't
said it's
do it,
time to vote.
right. You can't do it before the person says, I have an idol. And you're like, wait, she has an idol. That's crazy.
Mhm.
So I was like, can she do that? And so she was like, oh, well, then I'll save it then. I was like,
Because Cass was totally going to play that for herself.
you think so?
I do. I think she was going to play it for herself.
I don't know. I kind of feel like she was going to play it for Lisa.
I think she only decided to play it for Lisa once she realized it would get stolen if she played it on herself.
Maybe. Maybe. I
Mhm.
don't know.
But that should have been a red flag if she's not willing to steal it from you if you're not playing it on yourself.
Right. I
That's
would
a
have been
red
like,
flag.
as soon as I was like, yeah, I'm going to play for Lisa. I'm playing for myself. Like, I would have did that because I would have like, no, you're playing me. Because what do you mean you're not going to steal it if I use it?
Mhm.
So she goes and she plays it for Lisa. And y'all, when I tell you when the votes started coming out and it was
Mhm. I have those
all
written
over the
down.
place.
Yeah, we had Shawnee,
Mm-hmm.
Luke,
Mm-hmm.
Luke,
Mm-hmm.
Cass,
Mm-hmm.
Cass,
Yeah.
Cass,
Yeah.
and Cass.
Oh my y'all. When I tell you the gag and the scream I scrimped when that happened, I was like, they got you,
Yep.
girl. Oh, they got you good. I was so floored. I was so floored. I was like, oh my God, they got her, girl. They got her so good. And she was just like, oh, they got me. Good game. Like, what can you do at that point? You got played, and they totally outplayed her. And she was just like, dang. And she was doing
Mhm.
so well. She was doing so well. But then I looked at the time on the clock on my screen, and I was
Yep.
like, we still have like 30 or 20 minutes left in this.
Yeah.
What?
It was like 20 minutes left. I'm like, are we going back to camp? I
Like, what
mean,
is.
it has happened on Australia. It's extremely rare, but there have been times where we've gone back to camp before finishing the episode. So I was like, is that what we're about to do?
And it,
Um,
so, yeah, Cass leaves. She's
mhm.
done. She's toast. She snuffed her
which,
torch. And
which means Brooke has finally lost a person.
yeah, we'll show the draft after all this. But I was like, okay, fine, all right, cool. What are we about to do? And JLP is like, yeah, now, just to let you know, we're not going back to camp right now. And I was like, what are we doing? We will be having another vote right now after another chance of immunity. So we're gonna go over there and we're gonna have another immunity challenge. And I was like, oh, I remember when they did this last season. And I was like, oh wow, we're doing this? So crazy. So crazy. So they're going to do another immunity challenge and somebody else is getting voted out tonight. And I'm like, God. See how when we were talking about these I was like, they're not gonna have non-elimination rounds
Right.
in this season because it's so short.
Nope.
But we're only having 10 episodes. How are we getting rid of everybody in 10 episodes? with no eliminate without doubles. Well, because they're not. We're having a double elimination tonight, and wild, wild. You can talk
Mhm.
about the immunity challenge.
Yeah, so it's a challenge where you have to balance some balls on a platform. They have five, which is a lot. Five
Hmm.
balls they have to balance on this platform as they're holding a rope, and the rope is what's keeping the platform from dropping down. So they have to slowly inch their way towards this platform, put a ball on it, and then inch their way back and grab the next one. And man, this group was struggling. Like,
Hmm.
there's a few people that I don't think even got to two balls at all.
Everybody, literally everybody except the
Yeah.
winner and Parvati.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were the only people that but pretty early on, Luke comes out with a lead. He gets two balls, then he gets three balls, and still like way ahead of everybody else, four balls. And I'm like, is anybody gonna catch up with him?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it really didn't feel like it. But we get our I know JLP loves these kind of
he
challenges
loves
because
them because
yes, he loves to give his little innuendos,
he,
double
he
entendres.
he's a man child sometimes. JLP, you're just a
Mhm.
man child sometimes.
It's true. I wonder if David's going to do that as well.
I'm sure because he's even a bigger man child than JLP.
True.
I'm so sure we're going to get some ball jokes in the next season.
Mhm. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of fanfare with this really since it was such a like a one person show. But when I tell you he barely won this because as soon as he tapped his platform, the
Yeah,
balls fell
the ball
immediately.
fell immediately. If he would have took 2 more seconds, it would have been
Right.
he would have had to start all over again.
Because they were so split. Like one was on one end, the front end,
And
one
they
was
were
all the
both in
way
the
on the
back
back
end.
end.
Yeah,
Like I would
that
have
one
been
on the front. If he would have had to take a half an inch a step more before he
right.
got to that platform, it would have failed.
As a viewer, I would have been so frustrated if we almost had a winner for this challenge and then we just had to start over from scratch. I would have been like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I would have like turn it off. I don't
Yeah.
care anymore. Like turn it off. I don't care anymore at this point. We just sat here and was like, nail biter, and then he dropped at the last second. Nah, nah, I would have been mad. But Luke
Yep.
wins.
Yeah. And then they start talking. This is actually where Tommy admits to everything. Parvati is like, Parvati says Lisa told her Tommy was planning the blind side, and Tommy's like, "Yep, it was me." So it was even worse. He waited until he was not immune to admit to it. Uh, but yeah, he pitches that the Aussie players they should go instead of going three versus three because he's saying if I go, you're going to leave Suri and Parvati, and Lisa's going to be tight with them, so it's going to be three versus three. So instead of doing that, pull me over and we can vote out one of them, which was smart. I think that's as
Smart.
good of a pitch he could do.
Like I said, everything Tommy said in this episode was true and smart and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But then he said 3, and I was like,
Yep. Yep.
Tommy, you can go. You can go as far and as fast as you want to go. You mentioned Sari. I'm like, yeah, no, you can go at any time, at any point in time. And we see now that Luke has this idol, his necklace, the Aussie tribe feels a little stronger now. They feel a little bolder. They getting up.
Mm-hmm.
They want to talk with each other, and they leaving everybody else out. And they're just like, so what are we gonna do? Do we vote Lisa? Is Lisa right? We gotta vote out Lisa. And it looks like they're sitting there talking, and Tommy is talking, burying himself. No, first it was Tommy. They're like, maybe we should get rid of Tommy because Lisa's safe and it's easy and we can get rid of her with Tommy, blah, blah, blah. Tommy's talking, burying himself. Well, they're like, maybe we should get rid of Lisa because Tommy is burying himself. He won't have, he can't go back to them after
Mm-hmm.
this. And it was kind of like a back and forth. Party that came in, tribal council was like, I'm getting rid of Tommy. That's my vote. I don't care what y'all say. I'm voting for
Yeah.
Tommy. So
I mean, so we talk about big moves that are really good. I think that this was a smart move that was not a big move.
mm-hmm.
Parvati and Sari staying planted, showing, oh, this is an easy decision. I don't need to let anybody worry about my vote. Parvati said, "I feel like I already drew a line in the sand, so we know where I'm voting."
Hmm.
So I thought that was genius.
It was smart because it's like
Those
it's
Aussies never question her vote. I
and
guarantee.
they because they knew it was like, for what reason do we have to question her about it? Because we know what she's doing, and either we go get with it or we go against it, and they go stand strong. They know she has an idol. She done pulled it out. She done whipped it out. They know she has it. They know what advantage that she has. So she whipped it, and I don't even think they realized that she couldn't use it on cast when she already used it because she didn't tell them that. So smart.
Mhm.
That is why I said Poverty is playing one of the best games in this season right now. Like, she is really doing very smart things in this jury. I mean, in this jury phase,
Mhm.
that is just, she's smart.
She
She's
is.
smart. She's smart.
And Tommy's like, it was so clear to me, Parvati, you didn't want to play with me. So I just had to go this way because like if you were going to play with me, then I have to go for you, and maybe I'll be the first guy who goes against you and actually stays.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, you're right, because
I was like, you think? Yeah, because
the
every
other
other guy that
people who
goes
called
against
her
him
out at Tribal Council definitely left.
definitely left. And
They're ready to vote.
they're ready to vote. Well, we got nothing else to talk about.
Wait,
Wait, wait, hold on.
this was the
I
biggest blindside to me because I'm like, oh, Lisa's about to make another pitch or move or
pitch,
something.
right. Baby, she
Did not
said,
expect what she said.
no, I did not. I was like, I was like, Lana, you don't have time to stop and rewind because we have a tight schedule you got to get on. But I was like, hold on, pause, wait a second. Lisa says, I know what's about to happen here, and I don't want this to happen. And last time I played this game, I wasn't loyal to the people I was supposed to be. I should have been loyal to. So, and I don't want to do that this time. I want to be loyal to the people I want to be loyal to. So, therefore, I'm going to quit. And I was like, say what? She said, I'm gonna quit because if we're gonna vote, if we don't vote, Tommy stays.
And he has a better shot than me.
And he has a better shot than me. And I was like, girl, what? And everybody was like, what? What? The jury was like, huh? Cass is like, girl, you can't. Well, I forgot
Jailbird
I'm on the
was like,
jury. Like, everybody's like, wait, no. And so and so JLP is like, hey, just to make it clear to you, because I want so we can hear over the rain. You want to quit because Tommy has a better shot. She was like, yes. She said, so okay, let me just let you know what's gonna happen if you do this. You quit. You're not on the jury. We still have a vote, and Tommy still can go home. And she was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Think about it that way. Well, then I won't be quitting. And I was like, oh my, I have never ever seen anything like that before in my entire life.
I know, it was wild. And at first I was like, oh, but can you still have a vote? Like, would you be too many people down? But if she's not on the jury, they could very easily just make it instead of having a 7-person jury with a final 3, take her out. We still have a 7-person jury with a final 2.
Right.
I think that's what the plan would have been. If she,
Probably.
um, yeah, I'm glad that he put that out there so she couldn't quit because um, this game's a big deal for
It's a
everybody who's out
huge
there.
deal.
It's a big deal for people watching. It's a big deal for players that aren't out there. And if she were to just squander her chance in the competition by
So
quitting, I think
disappointing.
everybody would have been really disappointed. But with that said, I do hope people are kind to her because we don't know how she was feeling and what she was going through. She did
Hmm.
not quit. So I hope people aren't just being mean to her about this.
Right.
It's disappointing, yeah. And
Yes.
I'm going to be on a podcast saying it's disappointing. I'm
Yes.
not going to go bully
Absolutely.
her on Twitter about it.
Absolutely. No, you just say it was a disappointing move if she would have actually quit, but she didn't.
Right.
And so I can appreciate that. I don't know how the move is going to affect the rest of the game for her, but I am at least happy she did not quit. But yeah,
Yeah. I think
it
she
was a strange move.
it's probably also like just knowing what's gone on so far in the game. She
Mm-hmm.
really hasn't done anything. So I think she also realizes I'm not going to win no matter what. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sure, the best case scenario, I get dragged to the end and I get third place with no votes.
Mm-hmm.
That's embarrassing for a winner. So
Right.
I I bet that came into
Mm-hmm.
play. Like her,
Absolutely.
like I have no chance of winning.
Yeah. I feel that. And I get that. And I understand that. So I'm like, yeah, okay, girl. Makes sense. I understand what what you're thinking about, what the process is. Sure. But I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen. But she didn't quit. So we move on. She
Hmm.
doesn't quit. And it's time for the vote. The vote happens.
The votes are Tommy, Suri, Janine, Tommy, Tommy, Tommy,
Yeah.
and Tommy.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, when I saw that Janine vote come out, I was like, okay, Lisa.
Hmm.
She was like, I'm not voting for Sari. I'm not voting for Sari. So she votes for Janine. I don't know how that's going to play out for her later on.
Yep.
But
Luke's the last guy standing.
look, you said it in the confessional as he was writing Tommy's name down. Like, last guy standing. I was
Yep.
like,
I also love Parvati's confessional when she voted Tommy. She's just, go home, Tommy.
go home, Tommy. I was like, Tommy, you watch Sister? Go home, Roger. Like, literally. I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I said, oh, this world's team just imploded for no reason
Yeah.
at all. No
Yeah.
reason for that.
Hmm.
They could have easily just picked off the Aussie team. Easily. But what fun is that? That would have been no fun.
Exactly. I mean, things could get really interesting moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
especially if the Aussies stick together, which
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think they should at this point. Because do I want to go to the end with Parvati?
I
I don't think
mean,
so. Do I want to go to the end with Sari? I don't think so. So
like I said at the beginning, and I'll say now, I think if Janine wants to work with Sari and Parvati and Luke, they gonna have to get rid of Shawnee, and the Sari and Parvati gonna have to get rid of Lisa. But no,
mhm.
oh no. But this is not even the craziest thing that this happens. That was crazy. Why is the preview even crazier? Why? Tell me why.
Well, I,
Why?
I'm guessing Luke is maybe just trying to show the ultimate display of
Trust?
trust with Parvati and saying, "Hey, I know you have your vote steal. I have an idol. I'm just putting it out there. I know you could steal it." But like it's basically the same as them out there starving and then somebody's like, "I know you're hungry. I got this steak right here."
I'm gonna cook it later. I'm not gonna cook it now, but I'm gonna cook
Yeah,
it
I'm
later.
cooking it for myself and then I'm going to walk away.
I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna leave. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cook it and then I'm gonna leave. So
Yep.
just watch me eat. You dangle a sugar cane in front of a stallion.
Mm-hmm.
You you put a fly in front of the Black Widow herself, and you don't expect her to eat it?
Yep. She should.
She
She
should.
especially because she is playing a game for herself and Suri. She's not playing a like
She needs
one
two
track.
idols.
She
She
needs to.
needs
She
two
needs
idols.
for both of them.
She needs it. And she
Especially if they can somehow make it past the next vote without playing an idol, without being targeted. At Final Five, that would be a game changer if they both have idols.
she gotta steal it and then vote him right on out the door. Like, Get your three, take his idol, vote him on out.
Yep. And it only took 7 episodes, but we finally got Luke voting correctly.
Correctly. Correctly. Good on you, Luke. Good job.
Actually, yeah, this is the first time. I was supposed to say he voted Kirby. No, he didn't vote Kirby.
No, he
Yeah.
voted Shawnee.
Yep. No, he voted Serena.
Oh, he wrote three. He was three. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. I was just like, what do you mean you're going to tell the person who you know could steal your idol that you have an idol that was hidden from everybody?
Hmm.
They didn't even know. Nobody knew. Janine didn't even know. And you tell Parv, this is the same muck up move that I thought Parvati was going to get in trouble with when she told Rob about her and David's connection.
Right.
But this time, I think it could really bite him in the butt. Now, I'm sure Parvati can be like, yes, this is the ultimate trust to see if we can work together. But I don't want to work with this man. I'm a Black Widow. I eat men for breakfast. Like,
Mhm.
oh my, I hope she take it. I hope
Me
she
too.
takes it.
But part
I
of me
hope she
also wants
does.
her to work with him because I like Luke. I think he's fun. I think he's refreshing.
Sure.
Every single thing that happens, you're never going to see him mad. You're going to see him laugh. You're going to see him smile, even if something bad happens to him. And those kind of players are refreshing to me.
Yes, sure.
So
He's been nothing but refreshing in this season
Yeah.
for me. Absolutely.
Just take him and cut him at 4.
Take him and cut him. Take him and like I would. Oh, they need to take it. They just need to do it. She has to do it. I if Parvati doesn't do it, I will be so disappointed. I will be so disappointed if she don't do it.
Right.
It won't affect her gameplay to me. She's still the best playing the best game right now. But knowing this information, it just seems like I would be itching. I would be like, oh, I'll be like a fiend without my fix to take it from him. If she don't take it, she's better than me. I'm gonna say that. But oh wait, I forgot. Let's pull up this draft because finally some things have shaken up and some people are losing. Brooke has finally lost their first person in losing Cass, and then Jack lost Tommy. So everybody except Brooke is and Logan are in the one person club.
So I don't want this to happen, but it would be kind of funny if Parvati went next, just so Logan and Brooke are also down too.
Right, they both down to one piece. We're all in one. I don't want Parvati to go, but that would be kind of funny.
It would be surprising, especially with her idol and her power. So I think somebody's about to be out of this draft.
Yeah, somebody's about to be out. I think one of us is going out. And my guess,
I guess Logan.
It might be you, David.
It could be me. It could be me.
But Brooke could lose Shawnee and still most of us be down one.
Or Lisa could. They could give her a mercy vote out.
And it could be Lewis. Lewis could be out of this draft first. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it's going to be so exciting, and I can't wait till tomorrow because I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back talking about it for the rest of this week because it's the final week. So I'm going to finish out this week. I'll be back.
And then we got Sunday next week. So yeah,
we do have a Sunday one. We do have a Sunday next week.
We have the final full week here.
Okay.
And then
so
Sunday finale.
Okay. Well, I'll probably finish out this week. I'll probably be here all the time this rest of the week and finish it out on Sunday. But I'm sad. I'm excited to watch it. It's still so good. They're always entertaining.
I think at this point, I really do think my 3 favorite seasons are the 3 seasons that have Parvati and Suri in them. Micronesia, Heroes versus Villains, and I think this is right up there.
Oh, this is up there for me. This is one of my favorites. I've not been so excited to watch a Survivor in such a long time. And even when it's it's shorter, but getting to the ends is always a little lack for me. No, they have not let off the gas. It's been all gas, no breaks this entire time. And I live for it. So yeah. So we'll be back here tomorrow to talk about more of Australia versus the world. And I'm excited, and I hope you are just as excited as we are. Let us know in the comments what you think. It would be amazing to hear from you all to tell us who you think is going to win, who's going home next. Tell us everything. I'm ready to interact with you guys. Let us know what's happening. Follow us on this channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and then all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below because we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So help us out. Follow our audio podcast links, join our Patreon, follow us on all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and where you can get your mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we're going to get out of here because we got more content to make. You click on the next video and continue to support us, and we're going to go and we'll see you tomorrow. So cheers, David.
Cheers.
Bye.